Here's part 6 of 6 of Bill Anderson's 50th anniversary. And courtesy of a gift, actually 6 gifts, the equivalent thereof of funRonni, who is a huge Bill Anderson fan and who also resides in upstate New York. So I'm wearing my NYPD hat. I don't know if they wear these outside the city, New York City. And I'm in Jersey, folks, so that's not confusing. But she's a huge Bill Anderson fan. She's Loretta Lynn's worldwide #1 fan, as well as Ernest Tubbs' worldwide #1 fan. And you're kind of closing in. You're certainly New York's Bill Anderson biggest fan. And I've been a Bill Anderson fan, but I've become an even bigger Bill Anderson fan, courtesy of this, because I'm getting to see more about his life and influence and in the biz and his personality and sense of humor and intelligence and all that stuff, and just how many careers he's influenced and such. So here's part 6 of 6, folks, the finale of this episode here. Boop.
We lived in a duplex apartment,
and the people that lived upstairs
was a soldier and his wife. He was stationed at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, outside of Columbia. And they were from Saginaw, Michigan.
Uh-huh.
So I had grown up knowing the name Saginaw, Michigan, the way you saw it on the toolbox, and it was ingrained in me because I knew these people who were actually from there. So when I saw the title to start with, it intrigued me, and then your story was so good. I don't know, you may not remember this.
That was such a melodic phrase, Saginaw, Michigan. It just almost sang itself.
What you may not remember, because you said you think that I recorded it, I took it to the studio to record it. I was going to record it. I loved it. But I had another song about a city that we got to first. I recorded a song that Connie later cut called Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
And Saginaw was going to be the third song on the session, and we didn't get to it. And I told Buddy and Owen and everybody, I said...
Did Owen like the song?
Owen loved it, yeah. And he said, well, we'll hold it for the next session. And then before I could get back in to do it, Lefty had recorded.
Who pitched Saginaw, Michigan to Lefty for
Buddy Killen. And I wanted to kill him for years.
You know, I never could hear that matchup.
Buddy Killen was the one that did it.
And even when I heard the record, I heard the Spanish guitar that Grady Martin was playing in the recording, and I said, "Oh my God, they've cut a south of the border version of a north of the border song. That'll never work." You know?
I never thought of that.
But I listened to the song about the record about 2 or 3 times, and by then I knew that it just had to be a hit.
Well, it was the last #1 record that Lefty ever had, and it still gets played a lot. And I thank you for letting me participate in that.
Well, I want to thank you, and I want to say this, earnestly say this. You know, without your input, without your wisdom in seeing the song for what a better song, that song would probably still be gathering dust at the publishing house.
Thank you.
You know, along with millions of others. And also, had that record not been a hit, I would have not been able to probably not become a staff writer for Tree Publishing. And I'm sure if I had not become a staff writer for Tree Publishing, there would have never been a country bumpkin that come out of my heart and became Song of the Year, and later led to my induction into the Hall of Fame. So I thank you sincerely, and I compliment you on your great achievements. Like Larry Butler said, it's an absolutely miraculous feat to have 3 #1s in a decade, plus all of the other work that you've done.
Thank you. Well, we'll always be joined at the hip by Saginaw, Michigan, and I thank you for that.
Don, would you sing a little bit of Saginaw?
Could I sing it right here?
You can sing it wherever you want, pal.
It'd be fun if the audience would do those echoes, wouldn't it, Bill? if they wanted to.
You know, I recorded this
I know
song.
you did. Yeah.
I did.
Did you record it before Lefty?
You were bothered with the present tense that we were singing in, weren't you? You made some changes in it.
I may have. That's goofy. But I can tell, I don't think I ever told you, Don, about my experience with Saginaw, Michigan. We were doing a show in Saginaw when Lefty was to receive the key to the city. The mayor was supposed to come down.
Was Bill there too?
No, Bill wasn't
but
there.
I've heard the story.
I think I've told Bill this story, but not you. And it was an afternoon show and an evening show. Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. And it was me and Lefty and Hank Snow and somebody when we was doing package shows. Well, it was afternoon show, and Lefty had been drunk on Saturday night. And he had one of them nervous hangovers since he
He hadn't learned the song by then, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, it was a big hit. And there was some guy hanging around backstage that looked like he did not belong. He had a suit on, and he's standing off by himself, and everybody was fish-eyeing him. And it turns out that he wasn't the mayor. He was the mayor's gopher. And the mayor decided he wasn't coming because we had a terrible crowd. There wasn't any people there. And Lefty, he was very nervous. And he walked out, did his whole show. And right in the middle of his show, when he started to end his show with Saginaw, Michigan, here come this spooky guy walking on stage. And instead of the key to the city, he had one of those gavels with the seal on it. And it looked just like a ball-peen hammer. And Lefty saw him coming out of the corner of his eye. Just some spooky guy with a ball-peen hammer. And Lefty turned around and got an arm lock on him. And threw him off stage out into the audience. So in between shows, Lefty was over. He was all excited. We were across the street in a bar, and Lefty was knocking him down again. And he was telling us how excited he was. Says that guy, he just got up and walked out and left. But the key to Saginaw, Michigan.
Didn't he take a while to learn Saginaw?
Yeah, we were on a show in St. Louis together, and Saginaw was the #1 record in the country and was hotter than a firecracker in St. Louis. And Lefty went out and did all of his great hits from the 50s and everything, and he didn't sing Saginaw, and he walks off the stage. And the people are going, Saginaw, Saginaw, Saginaw. So Lefty looked at me and says, I don't know it. I said, well, go back out there. So he went back out there. I went around behind the curtain. I came through and I kind of crawled up behind him. He had on that persimmon-colored nudie suit that he had, and I'm down on the floor behind him. I said, I was born in Saginaw, in Saginaw. And I told him the whole words to that song when it was #1 in the country because he didn't know it.
That is hilarious, because this is what people are people. I don't care what you're in. We could turn something into a shit show at the drop of a hat. This is classic stuff. I love this insight, Ronnie.
Well, Donna, if you'd sing it for us, I promise nobody will come after you with a ball-peen haircut.
I can't do it as good as Lefty did, but if Jimmy will kick it off, that's right. Anyway.
I reacted to this by Lefty a while ago. I think I reacted to by 2 different people.
I was born in Saginaw, Michigan. I grew up in a little bitty house in Saginaw Bay. My daddy was a poor, hard-working Saginaw fisherman. Too many times he came home with too little pay. I loved a girl in Saginaw, Michigan. The daughter of a wealthy man. But he called me son of a Saginaw fisherman. Not good enough to claim his daughter's hand. Here in Alaska, looking around for gold. Like a crazy fool, I'm digging in this frozen ground so cold. But with each new day, I pray I'll strike it rich, and then I'll go back home and claim my love in Saginaw, Michigan. I wrote my love in Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw, Michigan.
Said, honey, I'm coming home, please wait for me. And you can tell your old dad I'm coming back a richer man. I've hit the biggest strike in Klondike history. Her dad met me in Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw, Michigan.
Lord, he gave me a great big party with champagne. Then he said, son, you're a wise, young, ambitious man. Will you sell your father-in-law your Klondike claim? Now he's up there in Alaska, digging in the cold, cold ground. The greedy fool is looking for the gold I never found. Well, it serves him right, and no one here is missing him. Least of all the newlyweds of Saginaw, Michigan. He's ashamed to show his face in Saginaw, Michigan.
#1 in the country. It's that song of the year, too.
Well, I apologize for butchering it up that bad, but we got through it anyway. Thank y'all a bunch. Great band to work with. Thank you, man.
Oh, that was the end of the episode right there. What a place to end it too, with that song. But like you said, Ronnie, that this was episode 1, 90 minutes, right? I broke down into 6 parts, but episode 1 was 90 minutes, but there were a bunch more episodes, you said. So that's why it cut right there where it did. But anyway, that's just beautiful. I love hearing these stories, these vignettes, and Bill Anderson is on the ground mouthing the words because Lefty hadn't learned it yet. Learned to the #1 song in the country, had not learned the words. Or had forgotten them because he was hammered. I don't know. Yeah, this was wonderful seeing his impact, Bill's impact. We all knew it too, because from, Country Family Reunion and such, where he's hosting all these artists, and all the artists come to his shows, the biggest names come to be there, to see his songwriting prowess and all that. It's like Ernest Tubb, you learn so much about what he did and how he got Loretta Lynn, impacted her career, and you see how Bill impacted various artists' careers in the room right there. And so, all right, folks, you could thank funRonni in NY, New York, for that one. And we'll go from there. It's that simple. Thank you again, Ronnie. This has been a blast. And that goes in the documentary series playlist, folks. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video, and keep rocking the country.
My daddy said later in life, he said, I should have known, son, if you had the imagination to look at those 2 traffic lights in Commerce and write the bright array of city lights, that you were going to be successful.